It's October 1st. As we're recording this, we have a trip on this weekend, so that's why we're recording it super early. It's Friday as we're recording this. It's October 1st. It's fucking, in the words of Frankie Alvarez, it's spoopy season. Spirit of Halloween, I want to, you know what, dude? Probably top 3 favorite time of the year. Top 2, maybe. Honestly, it might be top 2, second to Christmas, maybe. Like Christmas season.
Do you want to start it with a Halloween joke?
Go for it.
So, why can't the witch have a baby?
Why?
Because her husband has a Halloweenie. A little perverted, you know?
That's a good one, dude. So it's fucking.
I told your mom that this morning. She was like, "Oh fuck."
Well,
I love this time of year, man. I kind of wish, like, it's weird though, cause like with Christmas, it's such a build up because you're buying gifts and then the whole day you're opening gifts, you're enjoying the gifts. I love Halloween because of the horror movies, and I almost feel like the actual Halloween day is a letdown. Because during the day you don't do shit.
Right.
And then at night, you end up just walking to get candy. You're not really scaring anybody. And then you're pissed off because your feet hurt after a while. And then you're mad because every year less and less people are doing it.
Yeah, I think Halloween's been fucking terrible for the last 2 years, especially with COVID and everything. So it's kind of hard. Because, like, usually, like, a lot of people on Halloween day, they'll go to, like, fucking Not Scary Farm maybe or some fucking crazy best time to go. Shit. Yeah.
I went to Six Flags on Halloween day once, and everybody knows you go to fucking Six Flags, it's like 2-hour, 3-hour waits for everything.
Right.
No more than 20 minutes each ride.
That's dope, dude. Yeah. That's fucking fun. See,
I want to take you guys so bad to like one of those because like the mazes are fucking scary as fuck.
Do people wear costumes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you could just go in there and any get up you want.
Yeah, I think so. I thought you meant after there's people dressed up. There's people dressed up. I don't know if people are dressed in costumes. I think there's like a limitation on certain shit. Like you can't wear a mask or something like that.
Got it.
Which now fucking COVID, everyone's wearing a mask. But
yeah.
It's badass, dude, because there's like these dudes that are like fucking 6'9", walking around in just fucking weird costumes. And they're chasing you and shit. They have these little rattler things, and there's fucking fog machines everywhere.
Right.
So you barely could see when you're walking.
Right.
You just hear people fucking screaming. There's always this dude. He's usually a big guy, and he has these knee pads, and there's metal on the knee pads, and he fucking runs at you full force, and you're like, hey, like fucking slow down, dick. And then he just starts sliding on his knees at you, and there's sparks coming up. It's pretty cool, and you're just like, hey, fucking dick, you know?
Fucking asshole.
Fucking flying
knee. It literally just feels like the vibe of a fucking horror movie.
It's pretty cool, man.
Because you're like, I'm about to get taken into a room and get fucking stabbed, and everybody's going to be like, oh, it's part of the getup, and nobody's going to fucking know. It's like literally a fucking, it feels like a scene to a fucking horror movie. You're just like, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to walk into some room. I'm going to get fucked. We're going to all get split up, and we're all going to get fucking stabbed by clowns or something crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, what's cool is because there's not only rides at that time of year, but they make mazes. Like, it'd be kind of cool to invent your own maze.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, just to show, we like to throw old stories in. So, hopefully your mom doesn't listen to this episode. She'll get all mad at me. But, we had went to Six Flags on Halloween. I didn't know your mom at this time. And I like Six Flags better than Knott's Berry Farm because I don't know if it's changed, but back then in Knott's Berry Farm, their mazes, you just walk in whenever you want.
Oh,
so
shit.
When you walk in, you'll see people, you'll see where they're hiding. Because you'll see people a few feet away and they jump on, you're like, oh, there he is. So then when you pass by and you try to jump out, you're like,
good shit.
You almost got me.
Yeah.
But at Six Flags, they're like, all right, 15 people, go. And then they close the door. And all you hear is fucking the walls getting hit and fucking people screaming and shit. You're like, oh, fuck.
And then it makes the anticipation worse.
Yeah. So they had this badass clown one, right? And you know I love clowns. And so you go in. I don't remember all of it, but I remember there was one room where it's pitch black. You don't see nothing, and there's lights on the wall of just dots. Just dots in a row all through the whole room. So you could like barely, you're like trying to walk and you're trying to keep to the rail. But there's a guy wearing a white, like tights. Black tights. And he has the dots the lights on his outfit, so he blends it perfectly to the wall.
Oh,
so you can't see, and you're just walking, and all of a sudden he just goes out. And you're like, "Oh, motherfucker!
You son of a bitch!" Yeah.
And this is the reason I want to tell your mom, because the first thing happened, and there was this hot chick, and she right away grabbed onto my arm. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I picked up, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So like the whole maze, she's on my arm, like that.
Damn.
So I'm thinking I'm all Mr. Cool Guy, you know. So anyways, that we get to the end of the maze, and it's a cool fucking clown maze, and we get to this room, and they tell everybody stand against the wall around this whole thing. So you're in a big room, and everybody's standing against the wall, and there's this giant Jack-in-the-Box in the middle of the room, and you're just like, oh shit, and you just hear like in the speakers like a clown laugh, and then you hear do 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 do. You're just like, oh fuck, and then giant fucking Jack-in-the-Box. And then maybe the size of this microphone in the middle of the thing, a little ass clown pops up and it's just like, hey.
What?
And you're like,
ah, you fuckers.
And then the door opens and they're like, all right, thank you. So you can walk out. So you're like, fuck, and you're walking out, and then fucking a dude from the ceiling bungee jumps down.
No.
When you're not paying attention, you're like, oh, that was lame. You're walking out, and this dude just fucking jumps down. You're just like, oh fuck, dude, it was fucking dope.
Dude.
So then we leave, and I have this chick on my arm the whole time. So I'm thinking, all right, we're walking out now. Here's my chance. Get her number. She fucking doesn't say thank you, doesn't say sorry, walks off with her friends and just leaves. Doesn't say a fucking word. I had fucking scratches on my arm and shit from her. Nothing, dude.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, you stupid ass.
Well, yeah, so it's I think, and then you always hear like the people like say like they have like, is it true that they have like guys who walk around with chainsaws that don't move, but they just make the fucking
the chain's actually not on the chainsaw,
right,
to move, but you smell the gas and everything. They're just fucking and they're hitting it, and they're chasing you. Some of the monsters will be cool as fucking. They'll jump on the ride, and you're like riding. Like, you know how some people don't have an extra partner?
Right.
They'll just jump on, and you'll be taking your picture will have a fucking zombie with you or a fucking werewolf. So you get a picture with the monsters. It's pretty cool.
That's fucking badass, dude.
Yeah. I want to go so bad, but it's been a while.
Dude, that might be my fucking gig, dude. Just go in there and just do a couple of takes of fucking clown laughs, dude. That's my fucking shit right there. You need me to laugh like a clown, dude? I got you in like 18 different variations. But I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite seasons. And one thing that I have going for me for this time of the year is you fucking literally throwing fucking horror movies every day of outside of October. It'll be Christmas and we got fucking Freddy fucking Krueger and Jason Voorhees going at it on the screen. Like, it literally growing up, my entire fucking childhood of movies was made up of mostly horror movies.
Yeah, it's funny because I love horror movies. You know that.
Right.
So I wake up early on Fridays on my days off because you guys all sleep in. Mm-hmm. And it sucks. It's middle of the day, but that's the only time I can watch scary movies. Mm-hmm. So I wake up early every Friday or Saturday, whatever days I have off, and I watch a scary movie by myself in the living room or in the loft. And because Mom doesn't like them, she's always worried about the boys having nightmares. Right. But for this month, the gloves are off. Everybody's got to fucking watch it with me. So it's like my time to shine.
Well, because I think Mom set herself up for failure. She was like, I think she like tried to bribe me with something. And she's like, all right, what if for we do 31 days of Halloween, watch a horror movie every day? I'm like, fuck yeah. Because one thing that fucking irritated me is me and Lizzie were raised like watching horror movies with you. Like you showed us some of the most fucked up horror movies, like on some like the scariest horror movies you could fucking watch. I think I watched The Strangers when I was like fucking 13, 12. Like that movie's fucked up. The 13th Ghost still fucks me up. Yeah. I think that's the scariest movie I've ever seen. To be honest, it might be on the top 3 scariest movies I've ever seen.
It was pretty well put together. Like
for its time, that was a fucked up movie. Dude. Yeah,
and a lot of people don't give it credit because it's not that big of a popular movie.
No, I seen Kenny, my favorite COD player Kenny. He said that's because they were doing there's always a new trend on Twitter that'll be like one recently was like reply with somebody that a celebrity that people say you look like, and then everybody would reply. One of the trends was reply with a movie that has fucked you up till this day. And then Kenny was like, The 13th Ghost. And I was like, fuck yeah, me too. That shit still gets me, man.
I always remember being like a fucking, when you're a teenager, and you get a little extra testosterone and you see the chick ghost and you're like, I can see her boobs. Yeah.
She's got a fucking razor blade.
She's got a razor blade and she's dead, but I can see her boobs.
Right. That movie fucks me up, dude. That dude with the one guy that fucks me up in that movie is that fucking monstrous dude. He's just fucking huge. I forget what.
He almost got a Frankenstein look to him almost.
Right.
But like if he was on fucking roids.
Right. And then there's that dude with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
Right? That dude fucks me up.
You know what fucked me up? One of them, the big baby and the little mom.
Oh, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking movie could suck my fucking peen, dude. Fuck that movie, The 13th
Big
Ghost.
Old fucking...
Throw that shit into...
It's got like the fucking...
Fuck,
baby
dude.
food.
That's a movie I will not judge Derek and Dominic for ever watching. That's a movie I would suggest not watching, because that movie still fucks me up to this day. Fuck that movie, dude. That feeling you get for Pet Sematary, you're like, fuck, man, I don't want to watch this. Like, that's for me.
I love Pet Sematary. It's just that one character.
Imagine that one character, but from beginning to the end of the movie. That's for me for fucking The 13th Ghost. I fucking cannot. I can't stand that movie. But what the point I was going to say was, one thing that fucking bothered me was growing up, that's all me and Lizzie watched. Yeah. Right? We watched the most fucked up shit. The 13th Ghost, like we named some examples. It isn't until recently that my mom has let my younger brothers watch it, where we're just like, man, like now they're going to be like cowards, and like now we're not going to fucking be able to watch these fucking horror movies with my brothers. Like, man, fuck. And I'm glad Derek is getting into it now.
Yeah, Derek likes them.
We just had one thing with Derek is we had to he was always a Sally, dude. He was always a Sally. He would not watch a horror movie. And then we were just like, obviously everybody thinks Michael Myers is cool. Yeah. Everybody fucks with Michael Myers.
I can't wait for my Michael Myers tattoo.
We just had,
I'm going to get one.
Oh, you have to, dude.
I can't wait.
Dude, that's going to be fucking badass.
Yeah.
But we had to break him in. Yeah. Derek. We literally had to break him in with that recent Halloween movie, which is pretty fucking gruesome and brutal. Like, that's a good, like, break-in movie. Because he's like, you get Michael Myers, he's fucking cool, right? And then you see him, like, brutally murder all these people, and you're like, okay, now he's going to be, like... Mm-hmm. Now, that sets the bar for him, like, there's not going to be a lot of shit that's going to fuck him up. Yeah. Because that movie's pretty fucked up. Because it came in 2018 with a great CGI, great effects. Like, it looks real. Like, when he's fucking brutally killing all these people... Like, that movie fucked me up a little bit. I was like, damn, like, this is fucking brutal, man. Like, when he beat the fucking dog shit out of that dude, throwing his head against the wall and shit, and the dude's all bloodied up and shit in the bathroom. Teeth are falling out. Like, that was fucked up. So I was like, all we had to do was get him to watch that beginning to end and break him in, and now, like, he just watches all it. Like, I'm excited. I'm glad we broke him in. Now he's, like, watching all these horror movies and shit.
And then we got him on, after that, we started watching the Nightmare on Elm Streets with him, and then you actually realized that Freddy Krueger is actually a funny fucking guy.
That's what Derek was saying. Yeah, he was like, dude, that movie's funny.
Fucking funny. Like when he's like, when he fucking shoves that bitch's face through the TV and electrocutes her, and he's like, "Welcome to prime time, bitch."
That's my favorite line. I was literally just about to say, "Welcome to prime time, bitch." It's one of the best lines, dude.
Where he's like playing as the mom's fucking date that night, and he's like, "Hey, where's the bourbon?" And she's like, "I'll be right down." And the mom keeps talking to the daughter. And he comes in, he's like, "I said, where's the fucking bourbon?" It's just a fucking alcoholic. He's like, "Where's the fucking bourbon, bitch?"
Yeah, so, like, I'm glad Derek likes it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street's a good one to break him into. Yeah. Because it's funny, but also, like, it's fucking Freddy Krueger. Like, that's the movie that gave me nightmares.
The dude's fully burned, you know what I mean? Like, it's gruesomely burned, and he's got fucking razor blades in his fingers.
Yeah, and he has, like, this hopelessness like plot to him where it's like when you enter his world, you're fucking hopeless.
You know what I realized too? I realized a long time ago, but like it's weird because like people always like, "Oh, I fucking love Freddy Krueger. I love Nightmare on Elm Street," but the fucking guy's a pedophile.
Yeah, dude's a fucking freak.
Yeah, and like
he was fucking little kids and shit. Yeah,
like fuck pedophile. So then you're kind of like, shit. By bringing this up, we might get fucking Nightmare on Elm Street canceled.
Yeah, right. Like fuck, man.
Shit.
But like that's what horror movies were, dude.
Yeah.
Like I think that's one thing me and you were talking about. Is like these not only as society's getting soft and everywhere. Yeah. Like now, like people don't want to make a fucked up story like that. Yeah. Like it's all ghosts and shit.
Jump scares. Ghosts.
But like back in my day, like Freddy Krueger fucked little kids, and then all his parents in retaliation burned him alive, and now he haunts those same kids' fucking dreams. Yeah. That's the most fucked up plot. You'd think like, dude, what the fuck? And it makes his character scarier. Yeah. And then Michael Myers, he fucking brutally killed his sister, and then went and fucking started brutally killing. Like they don't come up with scary shit like that anymore. Like I think The Strangers was the only one that was like in the 2010s. I was like, maybe that's 2009.
What I always tell people too is why Michael Myers was so scary was because you got to think about the time when it came out. In the 80s, I think it was in 84 when the first one came out.
78, I thought.
I thought it was 84. I don't know why.
I could look this up while you're talking.
Or maybe it was Nightmare on Elm Street that came out in 84. But anyways, that's the time where we didn't have the technology that we have now. and there were actual serial killers out there.
Right.
There was Son of Sam. There was Gacy, who was going to kids' birthday parties dressed as a clown and shit like that. So it was real.
Yeah.
Like there was real people out there walking around amongst us, brutally murdering people every weekend. And then you come out with a movie about a fucking serial killer that's just fucking terrorizing a town, going kill after kill. Then people are going home and they're like, this really could happen. Yeah. So it made it that much more scarier. Yep. They went with the times, you know?
And I think Halloween was one of the first movies that I seen that, like, he came in all times of the day. Yeah. It wasn't just night. Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of movies were like, when it's nighttime, it's go time. Yeah. But with Halloween, like, Michael Myers will fuck you up whenever he wants to. Yeah. And that's what made him scarier.
I thought it was funny, too, how, like, he'd be driving around in his fucking little shitty station wagon. Yeah. And the chicks are like, speed kills. And he's like, bitch, I'll kill you right now. Motherfucker. Keep talking shit. I'll be back. You know what I also thought, too? And I know this is, like, probably fucking stupid to even bring up or think about. But Michael Myers was a human. Nobody said he had supernatural things or anything like that. So he had to eat. Mm-hmm. What did he like to eat? What was his favorite food?
What was Michael Myers' favorite snack, dude?
And then after that, like, he's a fucking serial killer. Like, can you picture this fool on the shitter just like...
just fucking zipping down his fucking jumpsuit. Just taking a piss.
Ripping ass right there. Nasty shit. And having to go back and wipe his ass. You know what I mean?
Fucking took a shit in Laurie Strode's fucking bathroom before he killed his fucking...
the whole family. And then his hands were always dirty. Did he wash his hands? Was he a nasty fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like, you don't think about that stuff. Like, does this fool sit at the table fucking having toast and scrambled eggs in the morning? You know? Like, what does this guy eat?
Behind that edge, he's just socking somebody, just fucking under his mask, just fucking got a little juice box.
Like, I'm murdering that motherfucker made me thirsty. I need a beer. You know? Like,
yeah, right?
You don't know about that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, but there was always a lot of plot holes with Halloween. You know, like, how the fuck was he able to drive and shit like that? But, and, you know, like, how is he that strong? Or, like, maybe he was roided in the prison. Like, there's all these little, like, you know, fan theories and shit that I always liked, by the way. Like,
they're cool. I feel like
everybody calls those plot holes, but, like, they could be explained. Yeah. You know, they can be, and they just don't on purpose to leave us to be like, I wonder what it was. Like, maybe one of the doctors was roiding him up, or maybe one of the doctors was planning his escape, or...
And some of the ones that they don't like to add, like, you know how I showed you that one picture where there's different storylines for each one on how it went? One of them was saying it was, like, Sam Hain, which is, like, this witchcraft thing that was fucking amping him up. Other ones where they're fucking roiding him up. And there's different fucking storylines to go with it, you know? Like you said. And then some people are like, I don't like that one. And they kind of went off their own, you know?
Right. So the reason why I was bringing up these horror movies, I like that we get sidetracked because that's what a podcast is about, baby. But here we go. All right, this is going to be hard, so I'm going to be specific. All right? Top 5 scariest horror movies and your top 5 personal favorite horror movies.
They might be one of the same for me.
For me, in no particular order, by the way. Because I think it's impossible for especially us who love horror movies to, like, rate in order our favorite horror movies. I mean, if you can, go for it. But for me, in no particular order.
Yeah, no particular order for
me. I think the scariest horror movies, top 5 in no particular order. The Conjuring's on there. The Strangers fucks me up. The 13th Ghost. Scariest movies.
Like, favorite horror movies or scary that actually scared you?
So, yeah, that's both. So, that's what I was saying. So, top 5 scariest horror movies, the ones that scared you, and then top 5 horror movies, your own personal favorites. Okay. Like, that maybe aren't scary, but you just love watching them. Okay. In the horror genre, so, like, that's why I said scariest, and then just horror. Like, just in the horror. Like, the Monster Squads.
I loved Halloween, but it didn't really scare me. But they're like one of my favorite horror movies. Though.
Okay, I got my 3. So The Conjuring, The Strangers, The 13th Ghost. I'll throw. I think I'm gonna throw in Jeepers Creepers.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I remember seeing. I don't remember seeing all of it, but I remember one night I woke up in the middle of the night as a kid. And this was when I was living downstairs, so I think I was like 13, 14, so maybe not that much of a kid, but no, maybe I was younger. But all I know is we had a TV, and I went to sleep with the TV on. And I think I was watching Sci-Fi or something. And you know Sci-Fi, they always play that good shit, dude. So I literally had it on today, and they were playing Leprechaun. But sci-fi goes hard when it's horror season, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was horror season, and I went to sleep on sci-fi because I was watching, like, Halloween, I think, maybe. I wake up in the middle of the night, and they're playing Jeepers Creepers. And I watched, like, fucking 45 minutes of that shit. Scary as fuck, dude. So maybe that's what we got to watch on the trip this weekend. Jeepers Creepers, if we can.
Yeah.
Because that shit was fucking scary.
Well, we're going to introduce Derek to Silver Bullet, too.
Yes.
Has he seen your favorite vampire movie yet? Lost Boys?
Yes.
Okay,
I think
so
he watched that with you, right?
I think so. So he's seen your favorite vampire. You just need to see your favorite werewolf one.
Yeah, that's my favorite werewolf movie, and it's not even close. Not my favorite werewolf, but a favorite movie. Mm-hmm. Yes, my favorite werewolf is in Monster Squad.
Yeah, I love when you imitate the little skip thing.
Yeah,
that he does. You do it like perfect, dude.
Because that skip is so fucking hard, dude.
It looks like something. If a werewolf existed, that would be how he'd walk. He took off to run. You know?
Yeah. It's so badass, dude.
I don't know if I could get 5.
Because we've because of how we were raised, me and my sister, we've grown a large tolerance for horror movies.
Yeah.
So I feel like the ones that I've named are telling. Like they've got to be scary. I'm gonna take Jeepers Creepers off the list because it was when I was younger. I think I would be fine with watching it now. But it's telling how much of a tolerance we have for horror movies, and not a lot of movies scare us. But Conjuring fucks me up. I haven't watched it since the second time I've probably seen it. Strangers, same thing. I haven't watched it since the first time I watched it. And then The 13th Ghost, same thing. I haven't watched it since the first time I watched it. I didn't finish watching that movie, I don't think, either.
So for scariest, I'd have to say the original The Exorcist.
I haven't seen that. I got to see
that shit. Like, I don't know. Like, so people may think, like, you're fucked up. Like, but I'm almost like Beetlejuice, where Beetlejuice makes that joke where he says, I watch Exorcist 3,000 times, and it gets funnier every fucking time I watch it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't get funnier for me, but, like, I really like that movie.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want people to think, like, I'm a psychopath.
Why?
I don't know, because, like, I don't watch that movie, like, scared. I watch that movie, like, this is fucking bad. This is dope.
Yeah.
Like,
I have to see it. I literally have to see it. It's a cult classic. Everybody talks about how fucking amazing it is.
It is a fucking badass movie, dude. So, for scariest, The Exorcist, the original Pet Sematary, just because Zelda fucks me up. That fucking chick. Her voice, her fucking face with the veins in her head, and her laugh, and just ugly. Fucking fucks me up. And then, like, for horror movies in general, Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, I fucking love those ones.
Right.
And what I love about them is they do something that a lot of people don't do nowadays, where, like, they literally happen the same night, but they're 2 different movies.
Yeah.
Like, that is so fucking cool. You know, you have Halloween 1, and then they shoot him, and they take Laurie to the hospital, and then Halloween 2 is all at the hospital when he's trying to finish the job.
Yeah.
And it came out, like, a year later. Like, that movie is fucking bad.
Yep.
So for horror movies, for now, top 2, scariest, The Exorcist, Pet Sematary, and then favorite horror movies, Halloween 1 and 2. I really like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's a good one. That's a banger. That's a banger.
For horror movies, because it didn't really scare me. Like, for me, when your adrenaline gets pumped up, that's not really scared. That's like, whoo, shit. Like, I like that.
That's what you get when you watch horror movies for the first time.
But, like, scared is when you're like, oh my god, I don't know if I can watch this anymore. Like, right. You're freaked out.
Yeah, where you're trying to cover your face and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like Exorcist and Pet Sematary are for me. Pet Sematary 2 is out on Netflix this month. Just this month.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
You guys have never seen part 2.
Nope.
So it's pretty. It's not as good as the original, but it's alright.
All right, let's change the scariest horror movies. We named our scariest. Probably named 3 at best. I'm gonna change it to top 5 scariest icons. Cause my scariest icons, 2 of them are fucking clear cut. Pennywise and the original It. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker.
Tim Curry, man. Shout out to Tim Curry, the guy that plays him.
Tim Curry, fucking terrifying in that movie. Leprechaun.
Warwick Davis,
he looks fucking scary. So I base my scariest icons of if this door opened and I seen someone right there, which ones would fuck me up the most? Where I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Warwick Davis's Leprechaun's one of them. Imagine seeing that little fucker right there. You're just like, oh shit.
I just got goosebumps because I was like, if it does happen, I'm the closest. Someone would be like, oh
fuck. Yeah. Warwick Davis's Leprechaun, Tim Curry's Pennywise.
Those are good ones.
That motherfucker, that movie that you seen, it was ass. It was horrible. Cringy acting, but the fucking clown in it was fucking
the Terrifier.
The Terrifier. Yup. That motherfucker's like how big he is.
The makeup was fucking great.
Scary, dude. Fucks me up. I see pictures
movie,
of him.
Though. It was not good.
I seen a little bit of it and I was like, what the fuck
is this? It was like B-level. Like
that's a Xander. That's Xander just from what I've seen.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, but the actual character, yeah, you're right. Like
that dude, motherfucker is scary as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So you guys can tell him. He says he loves clowns. Guess who loves clowns? Not this guy right here. Fucking hate clowns. So Tim Curry's Pennywise, the Terrifier dude. I know he has a name. I think his name's like Art or something. Some weird shit.
Yeah.
And then Warwick Davis's Leprechaun. Not Freddy Krueger. Not Chucky, because I feel like I would just bounce jokes off of him. He's like, "What's up, you little fucker?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, you're one to talk, you little bitch." You know, we would just start roasting each other before he even fucking killed me.
Field goal kick him.
Yeah. So those three.
I'm gonna say real nuts, bitch. Let me see. Pull them out. Let me see.
Don't make me take out your batteries, bitch. So those three. And then I'm going to throw a curveball in here. Rob Zombie's Michael Myers. Dude's fucking like 7 foot, 350 pounds of pure muscle, and with the Halloween mask, I'm going to throw him in there. If that motherfucker opened the door, his head would be, he would have to crouch down under my fucking door.
Yeah.
So that motherfucker would be like, "Oh, fuck, dude." I would be fucked.
Well, Leatherface.
If I feel like the sequels ruined him.
But he was a big motherfucker. He had
a
deformed face, and that's why he would kill people that he thought was good looking and wear their skin. Like
Leatherface is a good one, but the sequels to the Texas Chainsaw ruined it. It made him less scary as the sequels came out. If we're talking the original Leatherface, yeah.
What about Pinhead?
Pinhead. Oh, fuck him, dude.
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser's fucked up. Scariest. They walked out this door.
I still gotta get you to watch Nightbreed.
You still gotta get me to watch Hellraiser too. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I got Lizzie to watch Nightbreed. She liked it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. So it's Clive Barker, and it's while you're thinking about it, just so you guys know who don't know about it, Nightbreed's like an underrated movie by Clive Barker, and it's pretty much where you have these crazy ass fucking. I think I showed you the previews for it, and there's like these weird ass looking monsters, but it turns out the monsters are actually the good guys, and like they just want to be left alone in like their little fucking depths of hell area, and humans just can't leave well alone, and they're like, nah, fuck that, I don't like them, so we're gonna fucking go in there and try and take them all out, and it turns out that the fucking monsters are the good guys defending themselves against the fucking evil humans.
That's fucking dope. What a plot.
Yeah. Like we always talk about, the shit that nobody does.
Nobody thinks
Make
about,
the bad guy the good guy.
Right, and like the bad guys in the trailer that I seen that you showed me, those fucking bad guys look scary too.
Yeah.
Or the good guys look scary too. Like the monsters look fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, take out Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, because I feel like I would be more scared of the 5'10" Michael Myers than the 6'5" one. Because just the way he's built is just like super mysterious. Like I feel like with the Rob Zombie one, he's slow. I'm 5'4", so I'll dunk under his fucking legs and get around quicker.
Juke him, fucking leave his ankles right there.
Right, so I'm gonna go with like the 5'10" fucking Nick Castle. Nick Castle Halloween. I'll take that out. So we got 4. You might be right on with Leatherface. I feel like the reason why Leatherface doesn't scare me is because the villains that I've named, like, aren't trapped into one location. Michael Myers, like, he travels, like, he's in the same town, but he moves around, right? Leprechaun, same shit. You know, like, I can't imagine a Leatherface outside of his, like, little fucking farmhouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we did see him right here, you might be right.
Because he's, like, slow, so I feel like he'd be afraid to go too far away from home.
Yeah.
You
know? You know, Leprechaun, Pennywise, like, those motherfuckers will go wherever they need to fuck you up.
So not to change the subject, but you said something very interesting, and it kind of shocked me. You said that you'd prefer the Tim Curry Pennywise over Skarsgård's Pennywise, and I know you're a big fan of Skarsgård.
Fucking love Skarsgård. Yeah, Skarsgård.
So, like, that's trippy to me that you would pick the Tim Curry over, because the Skarsgård, like me being a we've spoken here before, huge Stephen King fan, and then a huge horror fan. Mm-hmm. So of course, I'm gonna be very critical. So when I heard the remake of the first thing that popped in my head was they better not fuck up Pennywise. Mm-hmm. And I thought they did a fucking great job.
Yeah.
A great fucking job. So and you're a big fan of him, so it kind of shocks me that you said that.
Yeah, I love Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise. He's a fucking great character, but he doesn't scare me.
Really?
Not in the slightest. Nope.
The big fucking dome and
he doesn't scare me.
Wow.
That's weird, but he doesn't scare me.
That's very interesting. That shocks me. Like I never would have thought you'd say that. If we were just doing a poll right now, and they told me to bet on which one you'd pick between the two, I would 100% put all my money on Skarsgård's.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I love Skarsgård's Pennywise way more than fucking Curry's by a large margin. Like I love the movies better, I think. Because the original's a little outdated. You love it for the nostalgia, but it's a little outdated. So I like the newer ones better. I liked Pennywise a whole fucking lot. But if you put Pennywise with fucking Skarsgård or fucking Curry, I'm gonna shit myself with Curry. Because the way Curry moved and the way that he looked, he was like always like, and the way he's like smiled and shit, and he's like, it's fucked up. It fucked me up.
I think it is too, is that Tim Curry's Pennywise looked like a regular clown.
Exactly. That's what
Skarsgård was like an alien monster clown. But Pennywise looked like a regular clown, and then when he'd fucking open his eyes and then the mouth with the teeth, and you're just like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep, that's what it is.
Surprise factor, maybe.
Yep, that's what it is. You're right. That's what it is.
I would have never thought that, but I'm glad we asked because now I know.
Yeah, so those 4 locked in for me. Fuck, man. I don't know if I can name a 5th one. I don't think there's a 5th character that scares me.
Those are good ones, though.
I'm sure there's one from like an indie movie that.
That's what I keep thinking about. Like because we always go off the top of our head on these podcasts. Right. Like if we planned for it, I'm sure we would have been able to come up with like
here's 5
fucking laundry list.
Yeah.
Of fucking people.
Yeah. So we missed Game of the Week this week.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna whip your ass anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Maybe this is the Game of the Week interview right here.
But let me ask your opinion on this real quick then, since we're going on Halloween topics and horror because of October 1st. Robert Englund.
Yeah.
Fucking icon. Mm-hmm. To me, there'll never be another Freddy Krueger because Robert Englund, his voice, everything, that's Freddy. Uh-huh. He has said the only person he wants to play him is Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon would kill that shit.
Do you really think he'd do a good job? Because it's like one of those things where like we have the actor that's our Batman.
Right.
We have our actor who we feel is the Spider-Man. We always go back and forth with Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire and then fucking Christian Bale for Batman, or is it Affleck, or is it now Robert Pattinson? Who can really fill the shoes to be Freddy Krueger?
And you know what? So I thought about it. I think Kevin Bacon can do it. And I'll tell you why. So the remake, the reason why he fucking sucked. Here's why the remake fucking sucked.
That guy was little.
The guy, not only was he little, he looked weird.
Yeah.
His makeup wasn't that great, but also he seemed like awkward.
Yeah.
Like Freddy Krueger was awkward. He was like, I'm gonna fucking, but didn't make any jokes. Wasn't very funny.
And his voice was little like him. Like his voice was of a smaller stature guy. That he looked like he maybe weighed 110, 115. Right. I weigh 200 pounds myself, and if I see a guy that weighs 110, I'm like, even with your knife hands, I'll get a knife and I'll probably fuck you up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there was nothing scary about him.
Right. And with Robert Englund, he said it in an interview. He does a lot of the voice, but they go into the editing and then notch it down once.
Oh, do they?
So it has more bass in his voice. Yeah. So it's not all Robert Englund like, what's up, bitch? But like it's part of him. Like it's him, he does the voice and then they notch it down in the editing. He says like they notch it down to just a little bit.
I didn't know that.
Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen an interview where he was like, yeah, they notched it down in the editing, so, I have this voice, but then they notched it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Bacon, the look will never, not be good.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about the character, I think Kevin Bacon would nail it, because we've seen Kevin Bacon play, nut jobs.
Yeah. Like
some fucking weirdos. I could see him, being fucking funny, and I could see him, being fucked up, being, and just his stature, Kevin Bacon's stature.
Yeah.
Walking around and shit. I would be like, oh, yeah, he got it. Because like with just his stature, you're just like, he's got a Freddy Krueger stature. He's got a Freddy Krueger kind of look on his face. He won't have that same Freddy Krueger like face or whatever, right? With that iconic shit that nobody will.
You know a lot of up and coming actors. Who else besides Kevin Bacon do you think could do a good job?
Of Freddy Krueger, it's hard, man, because that one's an unreplaceable like. Mm-hmm. He's. I feel like Freddy Krueger is there with Tony Stark. You cannot get anybody to play. Yeah. You cannot get anybody to sell Tony Stark better than Robert Downey Jr. for me. Yeah. Same thing with Captain America. You can't get anybody to play. Yep. Captain America better than Chris Evans for me. And if I seen another spin-off of that, I would be like, dude, this is fucking lame. Why do they even try? So I feel like Freddy Krueger is one of those characters where it's just kind of hard, man. Where you're just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard, man, because there's not a lot of... Robert Englund, just in general, is a freaky-looking guy. Yeah. There's not a lot of freaky-looking guys. You know who could now?
Well, Bill Burr.
Right? Fucking Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, I know he's a comedian, but he kind of has that look. He has a very distinct voice. Right. And if he could get into character, maybe
maybe Bill Burr's a sleeper pick for Freddy Krueger, dude.
Yeah, we fucking did it right here, Bill Burr.
But the thing is, they would have to do a lot of editing with his voice because he does have a higher pitched voice. But you know what, Bill Burr could fucking sell it.
He might be able to pull that shit off.
He don't gotta put on a fucking bald cap. I'll let you know that much. Fucking guy could do Freddy Krueger, man. No bullshit. I think Willem Dafoe in a younger stage would have fucking nailed it.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good call.
But I also think that Willem Dafoe should have played the Joker.
What about Hannibal Lecter? What do you feel about Hannibal Lecter?
Who played him before? Was it...
Who played Hannibal Lecter?
Right, was it Anthony Hopkins? Yeah.
He's a good horror movie guy, serial killer. But was a genius, so he's a super smart guy. Right. Yeah. Dude, I think it was on, which one was it? Red Dragon, I think, where he gets this guy and he's like in Rome and he's on top of a fucking church and he has the guy like with a noose around his neck and he has his hands tied and his mouth fucking gagged and he's like talking shit to him and then he fucking gets a knife and he cuts his stomach. He stabs him in the stomach and it comes all the way across and the guy just like, and then he fucking throws him off. So then he gets hung, but the pressure of the rope hanging him, all his guts go and they fall out of his body and just splat on the floor, just splat. I've never seen that scene. And I was like, "Oh shit,
dude!" That's
I never expected that and think of it, but he just like fucking, he did like a natural gravity fucking gutted him.
That's fucked up.
Great scene.
You know who's
That's a great fucking
that's
scene.
That's one thing that also movies fucking blow at nowadays. Get me some creative kills, dude.
Yeah, that was super creative.
That's creative as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And it's real and it's fucked up. Like, give me a creative, give me somebody going through a buzzsaw. Like, Fear Street, for an example. They killed my fucking girl. It's my fucking girl, man. They killed my fucking girl, Kate, in that movie. But the way they killed her was fucking, unreal. Where I was like, that's the creative shit we need, bro. Yeah. That's fucking fire.
Where you don't expect it or see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like, and it chopped
her up. You're just like, holy fuck! Yeah, that shit was fucking crazy. Sleeper pick for scariest? Ghostface. Because just how fucking
I love the movies. The movies are good.
Right.
But I don't know.
He's a sleeper. He as far as scary, on the front door, I'm gonna be like, dude, fuck off. But as far as people that I wouldn't want to deal with, Ghostface is up there.
Yeah, because he's smart.
Because he's smart as fuck.
He's a history major of all the horror movies. So. Yep.
So, if we're talking about guys we wouldn't want to be locked in a house with, Ghostface is one of them.
I think Pinhead would be one because that guy fucking has Pandora's box that opens up the gates of hell to suck you in wherever he wants. Fuck that.
And I also feel I just think the ones that scare me the most are the ones who feel a little bit more lifelike. Yeah. Pennywise. I feel like Leprechaun's the only one that isn't lifelike. But even then, he's
he has powers.
Yeah. They all do, but I don't know. I just feel the ones that are closer to, the real world. I don't know. Pinhead might be one, dude. But then again, I haven't seen a movie of his, so that's probably why I'm not like that.
They're weird. When you watch it, you're going to be like, what the fuck? And you got to remember, we were talking about with the original It, it was made back in the day. Right. So it's kind of different, but, it's weird. They have this bitch that skins herself. Like she fucking cuts and rips her fucking first layer of skin off, like she skins herself.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like
who was that by again?
Shit like that. Clyde Barker.
Clyde Barker's a sick fuck, dude.
He did that one and he did Nightbreed.
Let's keep it a stack here. Let's be honest for all the people at home. Clyde Barker's a sick fuck.
I think he didn't get enough credit. Like
he's got to be up there with Stephen King.
He's up there with Stephen King. I think he's up there with Wes Craven. I think he's up there with John Carpenter. Like Clyde Barker is one of the greatest to do it for horror. I think.
If we need people like that.
Yeah.
Give me Jordan Peele's writing and Clyde Barker's fucking sadistic
like
brain
in a collab or something.
In a collab, like that'd be, like imagine Jordan Peele's just fucking 200 IQ, just well thought out stories with fucking Clyde Barker's like
all right, I got that. Now let me just enhance it for you.
Yeah, let me add a fucking demon from hell into this bitch.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh fuck yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. All right, so my top 5 horror movies. I didn't even get into my top 5 horror, like personal favorites. Halloween for sure. That's a no-brainer. The first one, just the first one. Monster Squad. I'm gonna say Monster Squad. I'm gonna say what's a movie that I like coming back to a lot? Man, this is hard. I didn't even think this was gonna be that hard. I was just like, yeah, we'll fucking flow. This will be easy. We love so many horror movies. This will be good.
But because we love so many horror movies, that's why it's not.
That's why it's not. Yeah.
There's a lot of competitive shit.
Probably the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, for sure. Then the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I just get a very nostalgic feeling when I watch it. I don't get scared. I just watch it and I'm just like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And I love my Freddy Krueger. So Halloween. Nightmare on Elm Street, Monster Squad. We'll go with Silver Bullet, and then we'll do. I don't know if it's just because I was thinking of it, but I love Christine.
Christine's a great movie.
I seen that, and you showed it to me like last year, beginning of this year, maybe. Maybe this year.
No, I think we watched it a while ago.
It was during COVID. I know that for sure, though.
Was it?
Yeah. So maybe the beginning.
Do I have the DVD then?
I think we watched it on like Hulu or something. I remember we watched it in your room for sure. It was definitely recent, literally in the last 2 years.
Beautiful car.
Fucking, I watched that movie and I was like, this is one of the like, I get that excited jolt in my heart where I'm just like, fuck yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
When I watched that movie, like I think Christine's up there. Christine's up there. Silver Bullet for sure. Nightmare on Elm Street for sure.
That was 5.
Yeah. I'm just trying to maybe get some honorable mentions in there. Other movies that I like.
So, one person we haven't talked about, and I want to ask your opinion, like, does he get too much credit? Jason Voorhees.
Yeah. You know what? So he's overrated.
He's overrated, right?
Let's be honest, he's overrated.
He's a big mama's boy.
Yeah.
He can't handle water.
Yeah.
You know, like,
he's overrated.
He was bullied, so he wants to come back and kill him, but he was still a bitch.
Yeah.
You know?
He's not that scary.
And then when you talked about how they ruined the Leatherfaces by having too many, they did that with Jason.
That's Jason too. Yep.
Like when they went Jason X and he went to space, and you're just kind of, what the fuck?
Fucking A.
Jason goes to New York and he's in fucking the Big Apple, and you're just like, okay,
what the fuck?
You know,
keep him in the camp. Keep him in the camp.
You see on Facebook where you get those random ass gifts or things like, oh, I always remember this guy was the only guy that tried to catch that fade with Jason Voorhees, and it shows that fucking dude breakdancing on the side of the street, and Jason tried to fight him, and he fucking tried to chuck him with Jason.
Gets his head hit off.
Shout out to Jerome that tried to fucking run that fade with Jason. He wasn't scared.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck. And it just shows the guy, he's just like trying to run
Doesn't
fade.
he get his head punched off?
Something like that. Yeah. Speaking of head punch stuff, what'd you think of Killer Clowns from Outer Space? It's a cult classic.
I haven't seen that since I was a kid, and I remember that movie fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah.
That was another one that fucked me up as a kid. That might finish my list of the scariest movies that fucked me up as a kid.
I like when the bikers, and they're all, the fucking little tiny clown rolls up on his little bike. And he's like, what are you going to do? Knock my block off? And he fucking hits that dude so fucking hard his head flies off.
I got to rewatch that one. I want to watch that one.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space was always
definitely good, watching that this month.
Those were some fucking very wicked looking clowns. We should make our list of what movies we're going to watch.
Yeah, so we're watching Christine at some point. We're watching Killer Clowns of Outer Space at some point. We're watching Silver Bullet this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I want you guys to
Killer
watch.
Clowns fucked me up.
Sometimes they come back. It's a good one too.
That's a good one too. I want to watch that because I remember you told me the plot and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be fucking dope.
Yeah.
They don't make plots like that anymore, man. Is it because they like the older era like used up all the good ideas, or is it just this new generation isn't fucking ambitious?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's a good question. Because, like, maybe we're being too hard on them because we love horror movies, but if you were to tell me right now, okay, write a great horror movie, I'd be like,
yeah,
you know?
What the fuck? I don't know.
Maybe these guys are trying to be original and not copy something that's been done in the past, and it just sucks.
Yeah, because they use up all the good ideas.
Yeah, so we can't really blame them and say these guys are fucking horrible. Maybe it's just that tough.
Didn't Wes Craven pass away?
Yeah.
What's telling? Then you bring up that idea. What if he didn't pass away? Would he still be making movies? And if he did, would he still be making that fucking good shit where we're just like, oh, but Wes Craven made this movie, so that can't be that they ran out of ideas because Wes Craven's still that motherfucker.
Stephen King.
Stephen King still that motherfucker.
He's a sick motherfucker, dude. He writes shit constantly.
It really it makes you feel bad though for those guys because that shit doesn't come up from like great childhoods. You don't get that shit from great childhoods. You don't.
Yeah.
You those kids didn't get like the best shit growing up. Like something had to fucking happen to them where they were just like they got some fucking wicked shit like that to come up in their brains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because Wes Craven has said that Freddy Krueger came from a nightmare he actually had.
Right.
He dreamt.
You don't just have a nightmare like that. You don't just don't fucking have that.
Stephen King, man, that motherfucker's. Because Wes Craven's known for Nightmare on Elm Street. John Carpenter's known for he's multiple, but mainly Halloween.
Right.
You know.
Didn't John Carpenter make The Thing?
The Thing, yeah.
I gotta watch that too.
But like Stephen King is all over the fucking place, dude. From people coming back in Pet Sematary to an evil clown to a car that fucking kills people.
Yeah.
To like he's just like you're like where the fuck do you think of this shit, man?
And he manages to make like, all right, so.
And he's a scary looking guy.
He is a scary looking guy. He's big.
He's 6'4" or something like that.
He's
6'5".
fucking
He's
massive.
Fucking huge.
Yo, but this is what makes Stephen King great, though. I walk into a room. All right, guys, I got a fucking idea for a movie. It's going to be fucking banger. Like, trust me on this, guys. It's going to be fucking great. A killer car. Everybody's going to fucking laugh at me. Like, what the fuck are you saying?
Get the fuck out of here.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Stephen King made
an Italian accent. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, Stephen King made a dumb fucking concept, one of the coolest, one of the scariest movies ever made. A fucking killer car.
Even The Shining, a haunted hotel.
Yeah, what is it? Lightning McQueen is going to come get me? Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
But he managed to make it fucking
a beautiful
cool.
car.
A beautiful car, yeah. He made it fucking cool. Like, he makes ideas like that. Like, I'm sure he can make Pajamas That Eat You, like a cool fucking scary movie. You know, some like weird shit where you're like, what the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense.
It reminds me of when remember that movie Look Who's Talking? With the talking babies where Bruce Willis has a voice? I think it was part 2. It kind of like freaked me out for some reason when I watched it when I was younger. But when he's trying to be potty trained and he's afraid to piss in the toilet, and he like the little baby walks in there and he looks at the toilet and the toilet comes alive and he's like, "Give me some pee pee, give me some pee pee," and it's like got a little weird face. I remember seeing that going, "Oh God, I wouldn't want to pee in that either." And it's like it's got toilet water coming out the side and it's like, "Give me some pee pee, give me some pee pee, you give me that pee pee."
I don't remember that, dude. That's fucking funny. But he would make an idea like that fucking cool and scary.
A toilet that wants your pee pee.
Yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck? Dude, like, I don't know, man.
Shit. That's fucking
Who came up with the idea that of like plants that come alive to eat you? Who was that?
Plants that come alive. I know Little Shop of Horrors has that one plant that was
right.
But it was kind of a musical, but it was still trippy. And then there was what's the one with Mark Wahlberg where the plants were releasing a toxin that makes you kill yourself? The Happening.
Derek told me he watched that recently. I was like,
yeah, I watched it with him in the morning.
I haven't seen that in fucking years. I don't think I've seen that since it came out.
Plants that eat you?
Yeah, isn't there? You remember those plants that have teeth?
The Venus flytraps?
Yeah. There's like I feel like there was a movie that had that, but it was like a fucking
Little Shop of Horrors.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
He feeds it little by little blood from his finger, and it starts out small, and it ends up this giant thing that takes up the whole shop.
Holy shit!
And he's like, "Feed me, Seymour. Feed me."
There's movie.
That's what he says. What are you laughing at me for?
Seymour. I didn't know the fucking plant talked.
Yeah, it talks.
What was that movie? I have a vivid memory of a fucking movie, and I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But it fucked me up. It's not from Goosebumps. There was an actual movie dedicated to these. The little puppet.
Puppet Master.
Have I seen that?
I'm pretty sure I showed it to you, but when you were super little, so I doubt you remember it. Is it the one where it has the guy with like a little peanut head, and he's got a little buff body with the red sweater, and there's the guy with the black hat, white long hair. They're not guy, but puppets. Mm-hmm. And he has like needles that come over his eyes, and he has one hand that's a knife and one hand that's a hook. That was my favorite one. Dude,
I gotta watch that.
And then there's Six Shooter. It looks like fucking if Woody from Toy Story was a bad guy, it'd be Six Shooter, because it looks like Woody, but he has 6 hands and he has guns in each one. He's like got this weird smile, and he's like, hey.
That's fucking dope, dude.
But they're little puppets, and the puppet master like releases them on people, and they fucking.
I gotta watch that.
Kill people.
I gotta watch that too.
Yeah, Puppet Master.
I have a vivid memory of that.
Yeah, that's.
It's
dope
crazy
one.
how far back I could think.
Dude, now we gotta watch the preview of it after this podcast.
Yeah, we have to. I gotta get Derek in here too, because he's gonna be up for a while too, because we'll show it to him too. Yeah, this one's gonna be a shorter one. We're gonna have 15 minutes left, so
I think this was good content though, dude.
Dude, one of the best 15 minutes that this show has seen. I think this month is gonna be fucking a banger for Stuck in Elevator, because we love Halloween, so we're gonna have a lot of horror shit this month, especially. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I gotta watch that. What else are some classic ones, dude, that were fucking. Alright, you know what? That's one thing that I fucking always loved about you. Is you've always shown me movies that nobody else has seen. Some of the scariest movies are some shit that people would be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What Christine? What's Christine? What are some underrated movies that not a lot of people know of?
Puppet Master. I can't remember the name. I bet you I could find it, but I think it's called The Gate, where the little boy ends up finding out that in his backyard, like he accidentally digs it out, there's a gate to hell.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I think it's The Gate. I think it's called, or The Hole, or some shit like that. I think it's The Gate. That one was pretty trippy. Pretty
You know
cool.
what else was fucking scary too?
Well, how about the Ghoulies?
The Ghoulies.
Yeah, the little fucking red things or green things that are bald and have fucking teeth and they come out of the toilet and shit. Or how about
I think I did see that. I have seen that.
The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's a legit fucking cult classic, dude. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
That's what I was saying. I knew I should have asked that question, because you would come up with some fucking Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, but you watch it, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? But this shit is fucking weird. It's fucking scaring me too, though. You know? Our Birds. Birds was a great one, dude. Old school. It's a town. Have you ever seen, like, when you go to a city or something and there's like, you're like, fuck, that's a shitload of birds. There's thousands of them.
Yeah.
Imagine those birds take over the town and start killing people in swarms.
Oh,
It's a fucking black and white movie, but fucking dope.
Fuck, I'm getting a memory of a movie that I fucking loved. The family's driving through like a cornfield. They get stuck in this town that's being ran by kids, I believe.
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. I gotta watch that movie again too.
Another great one.
That movie's fucking amazing.
Yep. Cujo.
Cujo's a fucking banger too. Silver Bullet is an underrated movie that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
Silver Bullet's one of the my favorite werewolf movie of all time for sure.
Oh yeah.
Attack
of the Killer Tomatoes.
That's fucking.
They're
hilarious.
literally fucking big ass tomatoes. Fucking...
Killer Clowns of Outer Space is an underrated one. Not a lot of people know that movie.
Yeah.
13th Ghost, not a lot of people know about. But the people who do are fucked up and mentally traumatized from it. You're looking at one. There's some amazing ones, dude. A lot of them come from Stephen King, though.
Yeah, I love Stephen King.
A lot of them come from Stephen King.
It's literally on my bucket list one day to meet him somehow, whether it's at a book signing or something, get his autograph. I have to meet Stephen King.
Yeah, it's got to be something that, like, as soon as you see that there's an opportunity, you have to take it. Especially how fucking old that guy is getting, man. I hope he lives to fucking 110.
Yeah.
That's one of the guys where I just like, dude, I want to see.
I hope he's an alien and we don't know it and he lives forever.
Yeah, right? Fucking Stephen King's the shit, dude.
The Outsider, that book was fucking great.
The new one? Is it a new one?
They put an HBO series out on it, but the series does not do it justice. The book was fucking, oh my god,
is it
great
a new
book.
story? How recent was the story?
You guys got it for me for Christmas like a year or two ago, and I read it.
Oh shit!
And then right after the book, they came out with an HBO series of like 15 episodes of it, and I watched it. It was pretty good, but like always the book's way better. Like my favorite Stephen King book is Pet Sematary, not only the movie. The movie's great, but the book, you're just like, it leaves so much out in the movie.
I literally played it in the car once, and there was literally a scene where he was talking to Judd, and like the fucking Gage,
mm-hmm.
right? Said some fucked up shit where I'm like, dude, imagine that was in the movie.
He's talking shit to him about his wife, saying that his wife's in hell sucking dicks and shit like that.
Damn, yeah. See, like imagine that in the movie. I'm like, oh shit, Gage roasted.
He's like, shut up, you shut up, and he's laughing. Like just laughing at him.
Crazy.
He's like, yeah, talking mad shit, dude.
Dude, that'd be I see, like Stephen King's the shit, man.
Yeah.
I hope we get to a point in technology where like words could translate into video.
I wish, like, if I hit the lotto and I was a fucking multimillionaire, I would pick a movie like Pet Sematary, and I tell Stephen King, we're gonna make this movie 100% to the way you wrote it.
Right.
No director or producer or anybody's going to change it and put their own spin. I want 100% of what you wrote in a movie.
Yep.
I want to be the first one to do that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You know? And that'd be fucking dope, dude. If it turns into a 4-hour movie, it turns into a 4-hour fucking movie. Yeah. We make it a series. We release one out every year like Halloween does. Yeah. Whatever. But I want
it has to be directly.
A pure fucking movie based on the book.
That's like, yeah, for sure.
That'd be fucking dope, dude.
For sure. That's one thing that we've always like. I feel like that's our calling. I know we said it in another episode, but like writing's got to be our calling somewhere. Yeah. Something to do with something creatively. Like, that's got to be our calling. Like yesterday, I told my sisters Lizzie and Unique the idea that I had for the comic book that I've been sitting on for a while, and they're like, "That's the most genius idea I've ever heard. We want to help you." And like Lizzie was like, "I've been thinking about it all day." Like I was actually like stoked because I was like, I loved the idea, and I was fucking like, because remember I made that post where I was like, I just came up with an idea and I'm gonna I posted on Instagram. Yeah. It was that idea, and I've been sitting on it for a while, and I remember I loved the idea, and I was gonna fucking ride or die by this idea no matter what. But me telling them like made me love it even more. It validated it. Like, and I was like, and Lizzie and Unique were like, oh my god, that's fucking fire. We want to help you with some of these characters, and then they even like added some meat to the bones of the characters that I had come up with.
Dude, just write it down. Write what you have down, and then start spreading it out, and then add to it. And you may have to like cut and paste here and there, and just keep on and.
Because I have a word thing on Microsoft Word.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just have ideas. It's literally 7 pages of ideas, and I haven't even started writing the story yet.
Nice.
And Lizzie was fucking I told her about the villain, and she was like, "That's gonna be my favorite fucking character," and she added ideas to make the character even fucking cooler. So I was like, it made me fucking thankful because I was gonna sit on it and keep it to myself. But now I was glad that I was just like, you know, fuck, I'll just tell them. And like in the heat of the moment, I was like, I'm just gonna tell them about the idea, and they were like, oh my fucking god, this is genius. And she was like, Lizzie said it to me, and I was like, but she was like,
thank you. You started doing your fucking thank you speech. I just want to thank everyone that believed in me.
Right, Lizzie said this, dude. I'm gonna fuck it up, but she said something along the lines of like, you know how other writers for music, they'll be like, damn, I wish I wrote that song.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know how for movies they're like, I wish I came up with that idea for my movie. She was like, people that write comic books are gonna be like, I wish that I came up with that idea for comics. And I was like, fuck yeah. And so it made me love the idea more, and I even wrote even more ideas. It was like 4 a.m. when we were talking about it. We literally talked about it for like 6 hours.
Damn.
5-6 hours, because I think we started talking about it at like 11 after I ended the stream, and then I went to bed at like 4 or 5.
Maybe what you need too is one of those voice recorders.
Right.
And then when you're just in the room, you can just talk and
right,
get your ideas and listen back to it and be like, I really don't like the way that sounded. Let me rewrite this part, because sometimes just hearing it out loud helps.
Right. And then I told her the name, and I was like, I'm going to change the name. We'll talk about this off the podcast, because you guys will be like, what the fuck
don't want no one
to
steal his ideas.
Yeah, right. But also, like, we're also being so vague that people are not going to give a fuck, because they're like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, I feel like that's a bit like our calling. Like, I feel like there was something there. Like, we were not made to fucking do what we're doing now. Like, we were made to fucking write movies or write fucking music or write something. Like, we were made to create something.
Yeah.
Like, because this family, over the years, has come up with some crazy shit that we've just thrown away.
Yeah.
Like, we need to do what Stephen King did. Like literally, like write it down, put it in a like jot it somewhere, and then if you want to fucking throw it away, but like keep it there. Put it on the fucking in the list of fucking like files of movies or shit that you've come up with.
Dude,
but
he has hundreds of thousands of stories. He calls them his dollar babies, and he has all these tiny short stories that he sells to college students that are going to school for to make movies. Yeah. He sells them to them for $1, and they make their movies for their college classes as their homework. He sells them his stories.
That's the coolest shit. Yeah. The coolest shit.
He just comes up with random shit and is like, here, now make this movie.
Right. Like, we need to do that. Like, write it in the notes folder and then throw it into the abyss. Like, keep it there, but something we could go back to if you wanted. You know what I mean?
But we just gotta get these fucking...
Yeah, right? Because that's one thing. We've always come up with great ideas, and you've come into the room being like, yo, imagine this idea. Yeah. And then we just never did anything with it.
And then we'll totally forget about it, and then like a year later, we'll be like, oh, yeah, remember when we were talking about that? Yeah. And we just sit on it.
Yeah.
You know?
We are... Hopefully, I don't even know, but we are planning on making a short film this family. Yeah. I think we were calling it Sandcastles, either Sandcastles or The Snowman.
Yeah, and I had a short film of a comedy one.
Right, and then we had that one. Yeah.
And then I had that little horror one that I had because I had that nightmare, and I wanted to bring it to life.
You didn't tell me about that one.
Yeah, remember, and I told you with the stairs, and I
wanted... Yeah. Okay, I remember that one. Yeah, so we've got shit, dude. Yeah. We've got shit that we just either throw away or forget about. Yep. And I was telling Lizzie, I was like, this is the one that, like, I don't give a fuck if it turns into nothing. This is the one I'm going to stick to. Yeah. Like, I'm going to have this. And then I'm like, I'm either going to be fucking famous off of it, this idea, or, like, it's going to go to my kids and then their kids and then their kids and then eventually somebody in my fucking bloodline is going to turn into something crazy. Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to be an idea I'm going to fucking ride or die by, and I'm going to write fucking endless amounts of stories for it.
That's dope.
At least that's what I want to do. Dude, 2 weeks in, this is a new record for me, man. 3 weeks of having this idea and still working on it, new record. It's either 2 days and I'm out, or that's it.
Just stay on it, dude.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Yeah, so there's big things coming, dude. We got a lot of shit. And by the way, I'm going to throw this out there. Nobody's going to fucking answer the call. But if there are any digital artists out there, I would love to, if you want to, I'm not paying anything. Okay, so let me make that clear.
And I'm not paying anything.
I'm not paying shit. We are not paying shit. But if you're fucking bored, I'll give you some of the ideas and you could draw them out for me and help me visualize these characters that I've come up with. If you're interested, right? Yeah. And shit, maybe, I don't know, we could fucking collaborate with an artist for no pay, but when we make a bunch of comics, we get famous, and now I bring someone up there with me. I don't know.
Just throwing ideas out there.
Just kind of speaking my mind a little. But yeah, so it's been fun. This is a little bit of a shorter one. I really enjoyed this one. I love talking about movies. That's one thing that I said like a few weeks ago, and we never fucking did it. Like I think 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, 9 weeks ago. Yeah. In one of the like episode maybe 11-ish in that area, we had talked about movies in an episode like weeks ago, and we were like, dude, we gotta talk about movies more. That's our shit. And then we didn't. So this is the first time we've talked about movies in a fucking while. Since maybe a couple weeks ago when we talked about Malignant for a little while.
It's fucking October though, baby.
Yeah, fucking we love movies.
It's our time of year.
Yeah, this is our time of year. We love movies. We love pop culture. So we want to dive into that just a little bit more. We want to back up from the sports because that's one thing that we are abusing a little bit. I know we said that we wanted to make this like me and my dad's like daily talks like we do daily. But for the podcast, like I would like to talk about things other than sports.
Yeah, and it's educational for me too, because like I said, I didn't know that you'd pick the Tim Curry Pennywise over Skarsgård. So
not only are we talking about shit that we would, but we're also, adding a restriction of maybe laying off of sports a little bit. We want to talk about shit that a lot of people like, and everybody loves movies. Who doesn't? If you don't like movies, dude, you're fucking psychotic. I just want to let you know. You could watch an hour and a half of a podcast, but not watch an hour and a half of a movie. Fuck out of here, dude. You're weird.
But keep subscribing and watching.
Keep subscribing,
keep liking, share, please.
Share it around.
Thank you.
Fuck those movies. But But yeah, that'll do it. You can follow.
Real quick, shout out to my Uncle Mondo. We called him Uncle Popeye because he was in the Navy. He messaged me this morning out of the blue and just wanted to say, hey, I love your podcast. He said
Fuck yeah.
He was like, the one with Gabe was fucking hilarious.
Amazing.
He said Lizzie has such a beautiful smile, so that means he watched Lizzie's episode.
Fuck yeah.
And then he said, multiple people have told me this, so don't get your fucking head all blood. But everybody always says Xander was made for podcasting. Like, he's perfect. He was like, man, he's a natural. That's what the word he said. He was like, your son is a natural at podcasting. Like, keep it up. So shout out to my Uncle Mondo. I love you, Uncle Popeye. That's all I want to say.
Fuck yeah. And hey, and speaking on that too, that's weird that you say that. Because I feel like if I would have not have gotten sick and I would have still been in MMA, that would have been my nickname.
What?
Xander the Natural.
Oh,
because I've been told. Remember the first thing that people told me when we entered that gym at Adrenaline is I was rolling with Damien, I think. I remember the first day I trained for the first time ever, and I had Damien in a rear naked choke, I think, and like one of the coaches was like, dude, this kid's a fucking natural.
Yeah,
and I've been told that a lot, so it's like that would have been my name, dude. Like,
well, a lot of them they didn't know
Vasquez.
that me and you were already kind of training a little bit since you were little, just doing.
Well, we
shit.
just loved UFC.
Yeah, and we'd roll and do stuff on the floor and
just fuck around,
in the living room.
And then so they were, and I was always just a quick learner in general.
Oh
so they're like, you're just a natural. So that would have been my. Hey, that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that. That's cool. Also, it's just a matter of just me talking. I like talking. That's one of my favorite things in the world.
Really?
Just talking. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, dude. I talk a lot. I go on tangents just in general. Like, people block me out in this house because they're like, okay, he's about to go on his tangent right now. Like, we're about to just hear this dude talk for 30 minutes. I'm gonna pretend like I'm listening. But yeah, I really appreciate that. You can follow me at Xander on Twitch and on Twitter and on YouTube. And you can follow me at XanderMV3 on Instagram. I've been daily streaming. I'm missing this weekend, but I'll be back on Monday. I stream at night, around like 7 or 8 sometimes. I stream really late, so if you want to just tune in and interact with me more on a direct level, you make an account on Twitch, and then, Xander on Twitch. But yeah, you can follow me there, and then you can follow the podcast at SIAE Podcast on Twitter, and then you can follow the podcast at Stuck in an Elevator Podcast on Instagram. If you want to reach out to him, he doesn't have social media, but he runs the Instagram account, so Stuck in an Elevator Podcast on Instagram. 22 weeks strong? I think this would be episode 22. Either episode 22 or 23. And then we have the Michael Jordan episode, I believe. Maybe this is the Michael Jordan episode. I think it's 22. I don't know.
We got to go big for the 100th.
Oh, we're going to go fucking... It's going to be crazy. Ideally, fucking Bobby Lee is guest starring on the 100th episode.
I wish.
Imagine
you know what I was thinking?
We get that big by 100?
If we get some more mics and stuff, Gabe, Ronnie, like a mix of both sides of the family.
Right.
A big fucking overall, how they're both avid listeners, right. Like, for your favorite episode? Just talk about it, laughing. I don't know.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool.
There's a lot of shit. I mean, hey, we're 20% there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time left. But that 100th episode's going to be big. The 50th episode's going to be big, too.
Yeah.
Because halfway to 100, that's a fucking big deal.
Yeah.
50 weeks? Fuck.
52 weeks for a year. Almost there.
So, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of shit going. We all have ideas cooking, so make sure you follow us on that social media, dude. Stay up to date with what we're doing, dude, because as I just said, I got some ideas brewing. There's some shit going down. So, yeah, that's that, dude.
Yes, sir.
We're in the fucking John Bellion.